Hey guys, this is Sensation. I'm reporting in for a product review. So, today this is the first video of, let me just do some explanation here before I get started on the review. This is gonna be the first video of the review of the product reviews that I'm redoing. I'm gonna be doing all of my product reviews except for the engines I no longer have, like the NWJ class. The SD70 Aces, the Bachmann Northern, which I have, which is 37 to 81, and the NYC Hudson. I can't review those. I also can't review the Schnabel car anymore because I don't have that one anymore. So, but I am going to review all my engines. I will review all my freight cars at a later date. So anyway, let's begin now with reviewing these Paragon2. The broadly limited Paragon2 AC6000s. Both are numbered AC6, or both are numbered 6000. They will be going in for a repaint here shortly. So some general information about this model. It's got a ton of pulling power. Believe me when I say it's got a lot of pulling power. I think the max load I've pulled with both of those engines is around 100 cars. I just gotta say I am very pleased with both of these models, and I couldn't be more happy with the way they turned out. They've got some pretty excellent details. Even inside the cab, they have figures. The whole frame is all die cast. The rest of the shell and all the details are plastic. I found that putting 118 couplers on the backside of these engines really helped a lot, and the whole reason for that being is because the normal coupler, as I'll show, it tended to do a lot of movement up and down, and if it would go over a bit of a like going up and then it would flatten out, it would tend to unhook from the rest of the train, and so the 118s help it not do that all the time. So I just found with the addition of a coupler, it makes them run a whole lot better. But as modelers know, 118s, they hook on pretty well. So they've got excellent details in the cab. They've got excellent details all along the top of the locomotive. If you can look closer or closely, you can tell one is a brighter shade of green than the other one. This one is the standard non-weathered one, whereas this one here is more weathered. I'm sorry for any background noise. They're doing some tree work outside right now. So both these models run exceptionally well. I'll start up my DCC system here. And you'll see the lights turn on here soon. There they go. So the lights are just now on. So it does have, lighted number boards, ditch lights below the catwalks. It has the headlight, which is all dimmed. There is no cab light even on this one. There is a slight glow in the cab, but that's just because there's something wrong with it for now. Nothing that BLI did wrong. It's just the way it was shipped to me. And if I turn one of these around, which I do with this one, and then I'll just push it forward. You'll be able to see that there's a headlight in the back, and the number boards do not actually light up. These do have kind of the appearance of a ES44 AC. But these are the AC6000 CWs with the standard 6,000 horsepower before they were all transferred to 4400s. The only details I would have done better are the handrails. They are really flimsy, especially right in here, where the handrail there isn't a post, a stanchion to hold them up or keep them from bending down. So just this area here is really prone to being bent. No matter how much pressure you apply to it, it's always going to stay bent. So I would have made the handrails out of metal if it were me. The ditch lights I would have made flash less so. One flashes more than the other, so it's kind of like an odd rotation for the ditch lights. One doesn't turn on and off. One just dims down and then comes back, and one turns off completely and then comes back on. And it's really kind of irritating about that. I don't know how to change that setting in the CVs. I have both boxes for them. They both have BLI boxes. Everything's great about these engines. I really love these engines. You know, the Paragon2 sound with these engines. I know BLI is coming out with them again for both Paragon3. I don't know how it's going to be any better or not. If it is better, awesome. I may have to buy some. But really, they're diesels. I mean, what more of a sound could you really want? I mean, yeah, you could go for as realistic sound as you possibly could get, but then it's like, you know, then you're kind of looking towards, you know, paying more money for the better sound system. And I should pay, you know, better money for a better sound system than Paragon2. But for what these engines are and for what I paid for them, I'm pretty happy with the sound in them. Paragon2, I will say, is by far from QSI to Paragon2, Broadway Limited has come a long way in details and sound quality. QSI sound was okay back in 2008 when BLI was around, and then, you know, the QSI Titan sound got better, and then the Paragon2 sound got really well, and now we're in kind of wow sound, lock sound, and Tsunami 2, and Paragon 3, and Proto Sound 3, which is coming from all these major companies, and Econami, and not Digitrax or MRC, because their sounds aren't very good from what I've been hearing. But the Paragon2 series of AC6000s in HO scale are by far some of the best sounding diesels I've had to date. If you look back in some of my previous reviews of the MTH SD70 Ace, it doesn't sound as crisp as the Paragon2 series. I won't go into much of that. So these engines, you know, are on the demonstrator GE paint scheme, and yes, there was a 6001, which is GECX, which is the GECX paint scheme, which is the red and gray scheme, which is the one that's extremely hard to find. These are a little bit more common because these are the UP style AC6000s, and they're saying these are also the CSX style, I think. But each AC6000, you know, I'm pretty sure these were manufactured back in the 90s, in the early 90s, because these aren't modern power. You barely see these engines anymore. You see AC4400s more. But I mean, UP, I believe, still has a few AC6000s running that are still the traditional 6,000 horsepower. But a lot of their AC6000s do have the AC44 motor in them, the AC44 engine in them, for the AC6000. Since both the AC6000 and the AC44 are relatively the same in size, it was an easy swap for the motor. So I'll go ahead and put these engines and turn these engines on. Right now I don't have a train. I don't have a train hooked on for them, but I will turn them on so you guys can hear them. There's 6001. So what is great about these engines, and I'm sure if anybody else who has an AC6000 from BLI, you will notice that they do have automatic load-bearing sounds. So when the load is a little more than usual, they will, well, let's just say they're a bit more fun to handle. They're a bit more fun to run often because they are generative on load bearing. So it is kind of cool to have that feature in some engines, especially some from with a pulling power like these, and you know that they're going to pull everything that you throw at them. So not much of a running, only because I don't really have a train for them, and I didn't buy a BLI train specifically for these, so I could run them with a train all of their own. But other than that, they do look cool sitting together and kind of idling in an idle sequence. So that's it for now, guys. I'll see you later.